Hi, I thought I would talk a bit today about the movement that our shoulders make, our left shoulders make when we move from a lower to a higher position. And that's why I'm filming today from the side, so that you can really see this shoulder motion. When we're in a lower position, our shoulder is obviously further back than it is when we're in a higher position. But too often I see players trying to do a shift without really bringing their shoulder forward. So it's important to realize that the shoulder really carries, the back and the shoulder really carry the arm forward, and create that kind of conveyor belt type movement that we want, where the hand stays at a consistent angle to the fingerboard rather than doing something like this, too much like this, slanted. An example would be from Tchaikovsky Rococo Variations. You guys probably recognize this. So just an octave shift there, but in order to make it happen, basically what's happening is you're drawing a small clockwise circle with your shoulder. So that means that you start by going back and then up and over and down. And the down part is really important as well. It's not, you can't sort of end up like this. You really need to drop that shoulder. Of course, our shoulders want to be low as much as possible when we're playing. So again, it would be another example might be from the Elgar third movement. To practice these kind of passages, it's good to figure out where the shoulder would be on arrival. So going back to the Tchaikovsky, we're aiming for that top C sharp. So we want to practice, first of all, just playing that C sharp and figuring out, okay, where is the most comfortable place for our shoulder to be? And generally it's going to be, we want to use gravity. It's going to be a little bit forward and down, a little bit more so than you may think. So experiment with that, finding a way of playing that feels comfortable for you, but also very, very stable. Hopefully the two go hand in hand, right? And then when you've found that position and you've kind of given yourself a chance to play that arrival note and feel how the arm and the hand and everything feels, when you feel like you're comfortable with the arrival and you know what the shoulder should be doing at that point, then you have to work on the preparation of how to get there. You know what the arrival should be like, but how are you going to get there? So, of course, when we're moving forward, we need to have a preparatory gesture backwards, which is why this circle in the shoulder, first of all, goes back and then up and over and down. And that's how big a movement that is really going to affect how big the shift is, right? So if it's a really big motion, then we're going to be doing a bigger shift. If it's a small motion, we're going to be shifting a smaller amount. And in fact, in the process of figuring out how big that motion should be, I think it can be really good to deliberately make it wrong so that you know what it feels like when it's not right. So I could do a really big movement and then not far enough, and gradually kind of home in until you feel, you know how big that motion should be, what kind of momentum you need to get successfully to the C sharp. One other quick tip about these shifts that I find helpful is that often they end up on a arrival down bow. So when you arrive on your arrival note, you're on a down bow. So I would suggest generally arriving close to the frog, at the frog, and with fairly flat bow hair. So you have a strong, stable sound and sense of dropping the weight into the bow from the right arm as well as the left arm. So we're really trying to coordinate the two hands together. So I hope that helps. Please feel free to reach out with any questions and look forward to seeing you next time.